Welcome everyone to this Kindle Scribe review slash vlog. So there are two reasons why I'm doing this video. So one is I haven't touched my Kindle Scribe in about a solid 2 years. I've been using my Paperwhite and then most recently my Nook Glow Light 4. And throughout this whole time I kind of love the portability of these two devices versus the not so portability of the Kindle Scribe. So it kind of got left behind and just collecting dust in my desk. And yeah, the other reason is I just read Nora Ephron's Heartburn and it got me out of my reading slump and I want to keep the momentum, so I figured let me choose a book on the Kindle Scribe and take note of things I like and don't like about the Scribe and compare it to my two other e-reader devices, and yeah, make a whole mishmash of a video, and hopefully it could help people out there who are considering the 2022 version of the Scribe, which is probably maybe $100 to $150 less than the 2024 edition of the Scribe. But yeah, so first I need to choose a book on my Kindle Scribe that's short enough for me to read it within a week and interesting enough to where I want to finish it by the end of the week. So I'm going to take a look through my library on my Kindle Scribe and yeah, pick a book very quick. Okay, so before we get into the hardware, I just want to give a quick little tour of the Kindle's software and user experience on the Scribe. If you're coming from Kindle, this is pretty much exactly the same as your Paperwhite or your Basic or your Oasis. There's nothing too much different other than the little tab for notebooks here. And I just want to show you guys, I'm connected to Wi-Fi. I just want to show you just the basic responsiveness of the Kindle Scribe and how it works. Scrolling up and down. And then I'll show you guys the brightness in a second. Oh. My phone is right in front of my face, so I'm using that's a little bit off. Let's see. Scroll down a little bit. And let's see, let's pick this book. Oh, this is not on. Let's do this book. A Kindle Unlimited book that I could download right now. So you guys should see how fast it is. Pretty fast. Oh, wait, it's still going. So I added it to my library, now it's downloading the actual book. Not too bad. I mean, I think it's as fast as my Nook and my Paperwhite. I'm not quite sure if it needs to be faster. I think because it's a more expensive device, it should be, but the reasonings behind having to download a book very, very fast are probably very, very, very slim. I think unless you're at an airport and you accidentally reset your Kindle and you need to download a book very, very fast before you get on the plane, that may be a reason to have the download speed be a lot faster, but shoot. Okay, so let me do a little bit of the stylus, because when I was playing around with it earlier, I noticed that, which is kind of an odd thing, I noticed that you have to switch between your finger and the stylus to do certain actions. So I noticed you have to use your finger to open up the option to exit the book. So if I exit out, If I do the same thing here, it doesn't register. But when I press my finger, it registers again. So I think I'm on eraser. So that's why. So yeah, it's a bit odd why they chose to do that. I imagine because if you're using a stylus for annotation, they want you to use up as much screen or as much of the page as possible. Uh-oh, is it frozen? No. Oh, you have to... So you have to check it. And then you could exit? Okay. Do I have... Can I... So, if you didn't see... So using your finger on written stuff with the stylus opens up the delete trash can button, but once you start using the stylus again, it doesn't register the ability to delete unless you press this X. Then it deletes whatever you just wrote down. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm sure. I mean, this is probably maybe my second time using the stylus, so I imagine for people out there who have gotten the scribe or considering getting the scribe for annotation or note-taking, I'm probably gonna have to deal with a pretty big learning curve because it just doesn't really make sense to me having to switch between your... Oh, did it freeze? Oh no, I didn't even see that. Delete your canvas, yes. To switch between your fingers and the stylus to do certain things. How do I... Is there a way for me to highlight? I have to choose the highlight button. What is this? Highlight, underline. Let's see what underline looks like. Okay. Can I go back? Yes. What was that? Oh, what did I just do? Okay, how do I delete this? Yes, delete. And then let's see this. What is this? What? Oh my god. I don't know what I'm doing. So, let me see. So why did it go to here? Sorry, I'm not even paying attention to the angle of my phone. Hopefully that was okay. I'm just playing around with this, how to... Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the having to do so many different things for everything. I imagine I would say that this is more of a reading device that just happens to be able to use a stylus for notes and annotation, because that was kind of a... Unless I'm just dumb and don't know how this works, but yeah, for anyone watching and who maybe doesn't care about tech being overly techy with the way the user experience, and kind of just saw that little demo and thought, what the heck was just happening? Maybe like I was thinking, yeah, I might find this device, at least the stylus part and the note-taking part and the annotating part, useless and a little bit overcomplicated. But so in terms of screen brightness, let me show you guys very quick. Okay, so this is full brightness, no warmth. And let me go all the way warm. not too bad. It's pretty bright on my end. I don't think you could really tell on the screen there. Go down a little bit. I usually like to keep it between 12 and 13 on both brightness and warmth. It's been a bit gloomy over here. If it's sunny tomorrow, I'll try to remember to take this out under the sun and see how the screen is with full brightness and full warmth. Full brightness and no brightness. For people out there who take their devices on vacation or, outside to go eat or to read while they're on their lunch or like to go to the park. But also it's pretty speedy in terms of changing the brightness. Let me show you dark mode. Dark mode is pretty nice. I actually prefer dark mode. And as you could see, it does utilize the warmth to some degree. Not as much as the light mode, but you can still tell. You might have to increase it a little bit on dark mode to get that warmth feeling. Now let me open up a book in dark mode. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like dark mode a little bit more than light mode. And let me show you as well one of my favorite features. Orientation. Oh, did it freeze? Oh, I have to exit out first. Oh wait, I think I might have froze. That's not good. Well, you guys are looking at a real frozen screen right now. Let's see how long it takes to recalibrate. Okay. It said error page cannot. Oh, I forgot what it said. It said something about the page cannot open. Okay, so there it goes. So that was interesting. I never had that happen on a Kindle device before. That lag, that error. But this is the landscape orientation. And let me show you the columns. I like this feature. I like landscape mode with columns. It actually makes reading a little bit faster. And let me show you very quick in dark mode, so you can kind of get the full feel of everything. But yeah, it's pretty cool. The only thing is, in dark mode, it really isn't much to the brightness. Yeah, you could definitely see the difference. Full brightness on dark mode and full brightness on light mode. But it makes sense. Okay, so that's the whole software user experience of the Kindle Scribe. Next is the hardware. I come across something I don't really like, which is probably very, very specific. And so the flush screen, it's really, really nice. However, because of that, and it's the same for the Paperwhites as well, having a flush screen is kind of one of those things where would you consider it a double-edged sword? Where it's really nice and it feels really nice and the reading experience is really nice. However, if you don't have some sort of covering for it, it does get super covered in fingerprints, which you can't really see, but I could see all of it right now. So I'll try to take pictures of it. Hello, what'd you bring me? But yeah, you can't really see it. You could see it a little bit, but yeah, unless I get a skin for it to cover this part, this shoot, I forgot what this border area, this this bezel area, yeah, the fingerprints are going to be crazy. I think that's one of the pros of the new Kindle Scribe is it's white now. The bezels are white. But however, I mean, it wasn't worth the, what, 150, 200 bucks to upgrade for pretty much just AI, and the color is the only difference between the 2022 Scribe and the 2024 Scribe. But yeah, so you could see a little bit of the dirtiness on the back here. Just a tiny bit more. Ugh, the glare, the sun is not helping. The hardware, again, I guess it completely depends on who you are. In some instances, I really like this and how slim it is. I do like the bezels. A lot of people probably don't like bezels on any other hardware, but I really like it. However, I imagine if you have hands bigger than mine are really small hands, this little bit right here is okay for my hands, but I imagine it's hugely inconvenient for people with bigger hands, because I could hold it like this and be fine reading, but the proper way to hold it is like this on this side where it's larger. And yeah, having it only on one side is a bit of a inconvenience. Yeah, it's not heavy for in-home use. I could take this to the living room and be okay, sit down on the couch, use it, come back later, sit on my bed, use it, it's fine. But the minute I put this in my bag, it feels like I put a weight inside my bag. And yeah, it's very inconvenient because the case that it comes with, hold on. Okay, so the case is not the worst thing in the world, but it could be better. It could be, I don't know why they chose this magnetic kind of case for this thing, and why you couldn't just get some sort of cloth case covering the bookcase, where on the other one is, on the Paperwhite, it covers. Here, I'm not showing you guys correctly, and I don't know how to explain it, even though it's a simple thing I'm pretty sure everyone knows. But yeah, on the other Paperwhite and my other cases, it's just a simple kind of book format where you open like this. But for some reason, they went with the kind of journalist-like top to bottom open. And I don't know, I don't care for it, because when I take it to work, you know, I sit at this very small communal table and kind of flipping this big old thing out. For a device that costs close to 300 bucks, well, it's probably around 350 with California taxes here. Why are there no buttons? And sorry I keep moving it like on the screen. I'm using my phone right now, so apologies. I don't understand why my little, I don't know if you guys could see it, and I have a messy room, but I don't know why my little Nook that cost about 70 bucks used has buttons, but this thing right here, this $350 thing, has no buttons, nowhere. It has one weird power button on the side, which makes no sense, because why would you put it on the side that has a larger holding area right here? Look at that. It makes zero sense. And I assumed, and I had my fingers crossed really tight, hoping that the next Kindle Scribe would come with these improvements. Buttons, oh my god, case, and even just switching the body to a plastic body to bring down the price. Simple changes that could have been done, but the only change that happened was the color, and I think it was just I honestly think it's just the color, because all the AI stuff that they bragged about the new Kindle having then came to this, the old Scribe. So I'm not entirely sure what people, or if anyone, upgraded or if anyone bought the new scribe for the AI. I'm sure people bought it for the color. The white always looks better than boring black, so I'm pretty sure that's why some people bought it. But I don't know, I have no idea what they were thinking. But okay, so I guess that's my little review in terms of hardware. So I took the scribe to work today, and pretty much the scribe could only fit in a tote bag or a backpack. Any other small crossbody bag, it won't fit in there unless it's a big one, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's not terrible in my situation because I use a tote every single day. But like I said earlier, it was very heavy in my bag where I have my lunch and my water bottle. And oh, hold on, had to pause it so Draco could poop out one little pebble. I don't know why he does that. He holds it in. Okay, never mind. I won't go on that tangent. But anyway, yeah, so I was just so today at work it was a little bit crazy, so I didn't even have the mental, come on, let's go this way, the mental energy to open up my scribe and start reading. So I pretty much took this 5-pound thing to work for nothing. Cut my recording during my walk short because it was getting pretty windy and it didn't sound as good with all the wind. So I'm filming at my desk now, and like I was saying, I didn't have the mental energy to read during my breaks or lunch today during work. So yeah, it was a little bit of a hassle bringing this in my bag and adding the extra weight all for nothing. Whereas I put my Nook in my bag and it's not, it doesn't weigh anything, so it doesn't make a difference to my shoulder or the things in my bag brushing up against it. And not that this is scratch prone, I don't have a single scratch on this thing, which is good. However, like I said, I carry my lunch in my bag and sometimes there are spills, and yeah, it doesn't make me as comfortable carrying around a $300 reading device in my bag versus a $70 plastic reading device that weighs nothing in my bag. So anyway, my point is that it's a lot less of a hassle having to bring this, or having to bring let's say your Paperwhite or your basic Kindle or your Nook with you versus this. This is a device where you know you're gonna sit down somewhere and really spend time reading. Like I would say this is a device that's perfect for the house, and devices that are smaller than this are perfect for outside the house. That's how I would describe for the perfect reader. If you're someone who likes to read in cafes, you have easy access to a cafe close by or a nice park, or maybe not a library. I don't know who would take a Kindle to a library to read. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, this is it. It's big, has a very clean, crisp screen. You take your case with you, you prop it up. An upside to this case, this weird case, is that it could prop up like this. But now that I have the angle, you guys could see all the fingerprints, all the smudges, and it's the exact same thing as the Paperwhite. Because of the flush screen, there's nothing protecting all of this fingerprint prone material here. So yeah, that's a big, if you're kind of someone that's really against fingerprints and smudges and doesn't want to spend your days every day wiping this thing down with a cloth, yeah, this will bug you. I guess the flaws in terms of hardware here are entirely based on preference. Okay, so I didn't realize how long this video has been already. So I'm going to end this video with just a very, very quick comparison between these devices. And just in terms of size, I don't want to go into the software of the Nook compared to the Kindle's software. Pretty much, I don't know. It's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is that the hardware of the Nook is a lot different because of the buttons and the square shape and the uniform bezels. And also it has a very handy dandy home button right here. This is actually a feature. The home button is a feature I didn't think I would like at first, because I'm so used to these devices not having a physical home button. So when I bought the Nook and started using it, I would do the same process of tapping the top and pressing back to get to the home screen or the home library instead of using this convenient button here. And now that I switched back to this recently, I'm missing the home button. So that's something to keep in mind if you're considering the Nook, whether it's this Glow Light 4 or the Glow Light 4 Plus, which I believe is similar in size to this, the Paperwhite. I believe Kobo is the only one that has a device similar, an e-reader device similar to the size of the Scribe. Just want to hold this up here just for a quick second so everyone gets an idea. And of course it goes from heavy, not so heavy, and then not heavy at all, but these two being the lightest of them. And if you're interested, if you have a basic Kindle and you want to get away from Amazon products, this is the Nook Glow Light 4 is the closest in size to this. I would also like to note that this has warm light, whereas the basic doesn't. So if warm light is something that you really, really wanted for your basic, like I did, this is a perfect upgrade as well. But yeah, I guess I'll end it here. There's not much else to compare other than the size of it. And just so everyone knows, and it's not focusing, but the power button on the Nook is at the top for the basic, and the Kindle Paperwhite, it's on the bottom here. And then on the Scribe, it is on the right side here, or on the side of the larger bezel area. In terms of battery life, I think pretty much how it is now. This thing lasts forever. This thing lasts just as long. This thing lasts, I would say close to these. I would say both of these last at least a month, where this one lasts maybe 3 to 4 weeks, depending on usage. And I haven't used this in quite a while, so I can't really talk about this that much. I think it's probably the same as this, where it lasts at least a month, probably more. I think this one probably lasts at least 2 months on one charge. Maybe that's something I'll think about for another video. But yeah, hopefully I answered all the questions. Hopefully I gave a good thorough look into the Scribe here. It's been gloomy and dark all day, so I didn't have time to bring this out into the light. If it's sunny this weekend, I'll do a little short with this in sunlight so you guys could see the glare on it. I think this one probably has the best anti-glare screen, with this being second. Actually, I might switch these two. This one barely has any glare in the sunlight the few times I took it outside to read. But oh, maybe that's something that's something I'll do. I'll do a sunlight test the next time it gets sunny over here. That'll be something to do. But again, like the fifth time I said it, I'll end it here. I think I'm at 30 minutes now. So if I didn't answer something, definitely ask in the comments. And if there are a lot of questions, maybe I'll probably do a follow-up video answering them and hopefully showcasing what the questions are. But that's it. That's the Kindle. And a book review for this probably coming next week. Oh. Oh boy. There he goes.